Well, you may remember it as the Biloxi Community Living Center on Atkinson in, of course, Biloxi. It is now known as the Pillars. And we're talking to Melinda, who is the Director of Nursing here. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful.
You know, it's been several years since we've been here. And we know that great place, wonderful work. Tell us a little bit about the Pillars, if you would.
Well, the Pillars is actually, we have 4 communities. We are a long-term and skilled nursing facility. We have 4 communities within the building. We have a men's memory care unit that is all men. We're able to have, I believe it's 37 residents there. We have a ladies memory care unit that's all ladies. On the, and we also have a co-ed long-term care where residents of, for various reasons they don't have dementia or their dementia is not as advanced as the others. And then we have what's called skilled nursing care, which is those patients who come from the hospital after a total knee or a total hip or back surgery, or if they had a fall at home and had some sort of trauma and they need to have some therapy before they're ready to go back home.
Little rehab.
Little rehab. So they come here and do a few weeks of therapy with us, and then they transition home. The majority of them do.
Now you have got a great setup here. I mean, like I said, I've been in here before, and you really do. I mean, just about anything that you can think of that a person is going to deal with on a daily basis.
Right.
You pretty much have it covered.
Right.
Things that we, might think of are simple, but
it's really not.
It's really not because, as you said, I mean, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take you for a little tour on how they have set up here. And we're going to start out with this apartment over here that they have set up. We are at the Pillars on Atkinson in Biloxi.
Welcome to the rehab apartment. We actually have residents who come here and learn how to do activities of daily living. Things as simple as getting up out of a table chair, at the kitchen table, is actually quite complicated for a resident who has had a total hip. You have to be very careful in the way you sit and get up. So it's actually very important for them to learn how to transition. Then we move from that to learning how to do other activities of daily living, such as light meals, cooking. We have a full kitchen set up in here. We also can do washing and drying of clothes because residents have to learn how to actually, they have to build their standing.
Separate clothes and stand up. And
they have to build their standing tolerance in order to.
Wet clothes are heavy.
Yes, they are.
And they have to go put them in the dryer. Then they learn how to. Do you iron them?
Well, I
mean,
don't
not iron them, but I'm sorry. I meant to say fold them. Probably not.
We do.
But
we
fold
do.
them.
We fold them. We set them up and fold them. And so it's very important whenever you're talking about bending over and stretching, and the transitions for simple tasks to you and I are actually quite complex for someone who's after a total knee or a total hip. So it's very important to learn how to do those things properly. If you turn the wrong way with a total hip, you can actually create a problem. And we want to be very safe with those patients and teach them how to do it the correct way.
So you have all this set up, as you mentioned, just to give them an idea as to what it's going to be like to get back into working at home. As simple as making a pot of coffee.
That's right.
So
that's right.
There are also a lot of things on the outside that we have to deal with. I mean, whereas it may be simple to get in and out of cars, not necessarily to them. So let's walk back out and show you some more of the great things they do here at the Pillars in Biloxi. Now, for someone like me, it's normal to be able to just get out of a car and close the door and move on my merry way.
Right.
But for somebody who's had hip replacement, knee surgery, something like that, not so easy.
It's a big transition to get in and out of a car. It's a lot more complex than you would expect. So it's lots to learn, and we have a car here so that patients can learn how to get in and out of a car.
And of course, you've got the walker, the rollator here for them to use.
We have all of the equipment that a resident could need at home, that a patient could need at home. So we teach them how to do this. We go around, we actually have other types of equipment. We have recumbent bicycles and stationary where patients can learn and build their strength back.
Right.
Which is very important. When you're a geriatric population, it's tremendous. When you start losing that arm strength, we don't think about how much we use our arms.
Well, you want to work your muscles and everything, or they'll become atropine or something?
It's an atrophy.
Atrophy, yeah. I knew it was one of them classy words, but because like you said, if you don't use them. If you don't use it, you
You
lose it.
lose it. A body
Exactly.
in motion stays in motion.
Body
So-
at rest, well, you're not
That's,
going
no,
anywhere
we're not
anytime
going
fast.
there. So we also have actually, we have a resident artist.
Mm-hmm.
So we've set up for him a studio of sorts, and it's wonderful. Some of
He's
his artwork.
very good.
Yes, his artwork is around the building.
Mm-hmm.
We're quite proud of him, and so he does a great job, and he comes in and spends his time doing that and keeping his mind going, and that's tremendous. Things like this kind of activity, it's amazing what it does for a person's mind.
Wow, y'all think of everything.
We try to. As we get older, our grip strength is actually quite affected.
Mm-hmm.
And so little things that we don't think much of, such as turning on the faucet outside,
Right.
is very important. And it's amazing how much dexterity is required just to do something as simple as this. So it's very important. Using a lock. There's a lot of thought processes that are actually put into something as simple as this that people don't think about. And as we get older, those things we have to relearn sometimes. And that's what this is for. We also have walkers for patients who need them. As I said before, we have equipment, any kind of equipment we need.
Right.
Wheelchairs, walkers, etc.
Stairs.
Stairs are a huge hurdle for someone who's had a total knee or a total hip. It's tremendous what you have to learn or relearn whenever
Right.
it comes to protecting that total knee or total hip and learning how to go up and down a stair. Something as simple as a little bicycle that you can sit and do, it would be great. You can actually set tension on that, and those residents who use that can actually strengthen their leg muscles.
Yes,
and get that
definitely.
small bit of motion back. We have parallel bars, which
Right.
is wonderful. Patients that have had orthopedic surgery, a lot of times, they require a lot more effort in order to just what's called standing tolerance. So it's hard for someone who's just had a knee or a hip surgery to stand for length of time. A minute seems like an eternity
Oh, I'm sure.
for someone who's just had surgery like that.
Yeah, and since there's still, and I'm sure there is some definite pain involved. If you want some more information, you can call the number on your screen. I guess they can come make an appointment to come and talk to you about it. If they have had surgery, do they need a referral from their doctor, from their physician?
They do. Whenever they go to see that physician, discharge planning actually starts on the date of admission or the date of the surgery being scheduled. And as a case manager, because I am a certified case manager, it's one of those things that's important to know the plan for when you're going home after surgery.
Okay, again, if you want some more information, give them a call. The number's on your screen. They're located on Atkinson, just east of Pops Ferry Road in Biloxi.